Let's get straight to the point. You don't have to be rich or wealthy to start investing. Looking back at my younger days, I used to blow a lot of money on unnecessary, pointless shit, materialistic shit that didn't really mean anything. Years will go by, months will go by, and I wouldn't even be wearing the same clothes that I bought, or I wouldn't be, caring about the things that I bought months ago or years ago. So people have to understand that, wants versus needs. Especially young people coming up, because we have, a lot of time. If we stay alive and healthy, we have a lot of time. So it's better to start investing young. And when I say investing, let's say you can't buy a house. You know, let's say you can't, invest in real estate or land or any type of property. You know, us young people, we could start investing in stocks. We could buy and hold. We could, day trade. I don't do that. I buy and hold. I'm a long-term investor. I just started like last year, so I'm not an expert by all means. I'm a rookie. Just got started. Still learning a lot. But I mean, you can invest in your YouTube career, podcast, music, whatever, production. You know what I mean? You want to be a model. You want to be a photographer. Um, you don't have to always have like a storefront business. You don't have to buy land, buy real estate, because let's be real, the average person can't do that. The average person can't go and put down 5-10% or whatever on a crib, big massive house or whatever, single unit house, multi-unit house, and start paying their mortgage. And the average person definitely can't buy a house all cash. So I'm just speaking for the average person, because I'm an average person. I'm not rich, I'm not wealthy. You know what I mean? I'm just like you guys, just trying to survive out here. Trying my best to survive and do the right things and be smart and be calculated and learn from other people, but also learn from my past mistakes. And that's another thing I don't respect a lot of these rappers, because they don't talk about that. They don't talk about independence and financial freedom. And most of these rappers are getting money from the label, and they're claiming to be independent, but they're not. And they're talking about all this shit. Like, can the average person pull up in a Rolls Royce with their girl and go to dinner? Can the average person, take a photo or take a video at 100,000 cash, which most of the time is fake, or it's the label's money? It's a loan. It's an advance from the label, and they're claiming that I made this money, blah blah blah. But no, you owe the label, and if you don't owe the label and they don't recoup, you're going to be in debt, and you know what I mean. So this video is not to really bash rappers, but it's just that, like, a lot of people look up to rappers more than doctors and teachers and lawyers and engineers, and it's crazy. When you really think about that shit, it's crazy. People are obsessed with rappers and entertainers, and these guys don't give a fuck about you. I'm telling you the honest truth, they don't give a fuck about you. All they care about is you lining up their pockets. And that's not really the conversation in, I don't want to say the black community, but just all communities. When it comes to young people, that's not the conversation. No one's really talking about investing in stocks. No one's really talking about financial freedom and owning, the production of whatever business that you're, you know what I mean? The manufacturing and the production and the distribution, and just being a full-time boss and entrepreneur and taking risks, and everything is in your hands, everything's in your control. And we have to start investing, because a lot of people, they'll waste money on certain things, whether it's cigarettes, whether it's hard drugs, whether it's alcohol, gambling, clothes, junk food. Just, there's so many distractions out there. There's so many things that we could waste money on. And again, this is not a video to criticize you. I make these videos also to remind myself of the choices and decisions I should be making. And it's a reminder not to go back to my old habits, because I made a lot of mistakes just like everybody else. So I'm not criticizing you. But for example, if you're a smoker, and for the past 5 years you've been smoking every day, you're an everyday smoker. You're not an occasional smoker, you're an everyday smoker. Whether it's weed or whether it's cigarettes. I'm not bashing my weed smokers. I still smoke weed occasionally. Nowhere close to the amount of consumption I used to. But I had to slow down for health reasons, and because it's just like I could save a lot more money by slowing down. And we program ourselves and we brainwash ourselves in thinking, I need this alcohol, I need my marijuana, I need my cigarettes, I need whatever hard drug that you're consuming. You know, we program and brainwash and condition ourselves to believe that we actually need this, and without it, we're nothing. That's bullshit. You know, so for example, if you're wasting money on whatever addiction, whatever vice, whatever habit, and it's been 5 years, you have to calculate that. Look how much bread, look how much money you spent, you wasted. Not invested, not saved, but look how much money you wasted in 5 years, 10 years. You know, you got some people, a lot of people that have been smoking, drinking, all that shit for like 10, 15, 20 years. You add that money up and it's like you wasted like 10, 15, $20,000 in that span. And it's crazy because I used to do those calculations when I was younger, and that's what, you know, like I said, health reasons, but also I would calculate things and I'll be like, holy shit, like I'm spending money on useless things that I don't really need. Again, needs versus wants. I want to smoke, I want to whatever, but I don't need to buy this clothing. I don't need to purchase this. I don't need to purchase that. I don't need to be smoking every single day and be addicted and let the drug consume me as opposed to me consuming the drug. You know what I mean? So make the money, don't let the money make you. I'm sure you guys heard that before, you know? So you have to add the time and the amount of money that you wasted. So on average per year, you spend $2,000 on whatever. Then you got to add the time. You've been doing that for 5 years, 3 years, 10, 15 years. So it's like people have to wake up, because I see a lot of people, they get older and then they start complaining. They start blaming others. They start making excuses for why their life is so shitty. So again, just a short video to remind you guys, especially the young people, the average people, you know what I mean? Because I don't care how successful I become, I'll never lose touch with reality. I'll never lose touch with the average person, you know? So needs versus wants. You know, we have to do better. You don't have to be rich or wealthy to start investing. Do your research, get the information, start investing in stocks, whether it's as a buy and hold investor or a day trader. Invest in yourself. These unconventional jobs that our parents and grandparents say is unrealistic, go for it. Believe in yourself. But you have to be logical and rational and realistic and be aware that, you know, most of these jobs, most of these unconventional jobs, like being a rapper, singer, pro athlete, model, whatever, being in porn, you know, whatever, most people are not going to live that life. Most people are not going to be rich and wealthy. Most people are not going to be bosses and employers. Most people are going to be renters and employees and, you know, average people. And there's nothing wrong with that. You have to be content with that. And, you know, if I'm an average person my whole life and I got to work 9 to 5 jobs, I'm not going to be mad or depressed or put myself down because of that. You know, I'm just going to be smart starting in my younger years and save money. You know, it starts with making money, not being lazy, making the money, then saving the money, and then eventually investing the money. And a lot of people, they live check to check. All they do is make the money and just blow it. Check to check to check to check. And that's a bad habit that we have to get out of as young people and as average people. You know, invest in yourself. You want to be a model, you want to be whatever, you know, go after it. You know, be logical, be rational, but go after it. Put your money where your mouth is and invest in yourself. You know, and if you're the type of person that just makes the money and saves the money, you have to understand that the bank is using your money and doing what they want to do with it. And they're also giving you peanuts for the money that you leave in the bank. And, you know, they're winning. Every day, every week, every month, every year, the banks are winning. That's why I invest in the banks. Here in Montreal, here in Canada, there's, you know, 6, there's 5, but I would say 6 major banks. You got BMO. Well, I think that the main two are, the 2 biggest banks are TD and Royal Bank. And then you got BMO, CIBC, Scotiabank, you know, National Bank. So yeah, Royal Bank, TD, BMO, Scotiabank, CIBC, and then National Bank is like the 6th major bank. And, you know, the capital appreciation I get from that is amazing. Obviously, I just started, but I know 5, 10, 15 years from now, the capital appreciation will be there. And then they're known as having amazing dividends, good track record for that. So I don't want to, you know, go on and on because I'm not an expert, you know. Do your research. Don't take advice from a random dude like me. You know, do your research and get the information. But that's what I do. I invest. You know what I mean? I used to make music and I used to put money towards that, but then I gave up, to be honest. I still make music because I love it and it's therapeutic. But you know, again, it's about being realistic. It's about being logical. It's about, you know, being rational. And the music game right now is kind of watered down, and it's, you know, oversaturated. And I don't respect the game where it's at right now. So I kind of like gave up on that. And yeah, you know, but invest your money. You don't have to be rich. You don't have to be wealthy to start investing. You know, we have to stop blowing money on stupid shit, and then getting older and again making excuses, blaming others, complaining, you know, why our life is so shitty on a financial level. You know, you don't want to be in your 40s and 50s and have a lot of catching up to do because of the mistakes you made in your younger life. You know what I mean? So, and again, these videos are not to criticize anybody. I'm not perfect. My words, my opinions, my beliefs are not law. They're not the holy grail. You could take this information as you want to take it. You could hate on it. You could, you know, respect it. I don't care. I'm just putting my thoughts and my opinions out there because I know it's beneficial for a lot of people, and I know a lot of people don't hear that. They don't hear about investing your money. They don't hear about that from these rappers that they look up to, from their parents, from their older siblings. You know, it's not the conversation in many communities. And like I was saying before, for those that don't want to invest and all you want to do is just save your money, again, be realistic and remember and be aware that the banks are using your money and they're giving you peanuts, and there's also inflation. So your buying power goes down year after year. And a lot of people criticize people that save money, but I don't. Because to work is one thing, to have the discipline and the structure and to be organized and to be consistent and to wake up every day and go to your 9 to 5 job, which most people on the planet are going to have to do. Not everyone's going to be rich. That's one thing, but to save your money is another thing. That takes another level of discipline. A lot of young people, a lot of my peers can't save money. They don't have discipline. They rather go to the club. They rather buy clothes. They rather buy drugs. They rather waste it on stupid shit. So I'm not going to criticize people that save money because that takes a level of discipline to do so. And if you're saving $5,000 a year, yes, there's inflation, but you know, in 5-10 years, that's going to grow because you're consistent with saving money and putting money aside, which a lot of old folks do. A lot of old folks are not really into stocks. A lot of old folks can't invest in a home or a business or land, so they just save. And if that's your only option, hey, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm talking to the people that blow their money on stupid shit. They have an extra 500, an extra 1,000, an extra 2,000 a month to do whatever they want, you know, because they have a good paying job or because they live with their parents and they're able to do whatever they want with the money. And instead of saving and then eventually investing, they blow it on stupid shit. We have to stop that. We have to get out of that mentality. We have to get out of that habit, and we have to start building our wealth one step at a time. Small things lead to big things. So thanks for tuning in, and I'll talk to you guys soon.